Hey everyone, good morning. Welcome back to my channel. Today is November 20th. It is a Friday. I'm in a good mood. I'm caffeinated and I have a lot to share with you guys. If you're new to my channel, hi, my name is Jennifer and this is a podcast where I talk primarily about knitting, although I do dabble into all sorts of other crafts. You can find me on Instagram at jen_crafts. I'm also the dyer behind Specktacular Yarns, my hand-dyed yarn company, and I will link our website and social media down below. I will also have timestamps and links to anything that I talk about throughout this video down below, so please be sure to check that out. Okay, I have a few FFOs, some whips, some new starts, a lot of haul, a little bit of sewing, and just chatter overall. So let's get started. First of all, I want to start by saying, if you're not familiar, my husband and I live in Colorado Springs and we're originally from Los Angeles. And today, my friends, In-N-Out opens here in Colorado Springs. And we're so excited and we're hoping that we can have some for dinner. But the line is already super crazy. So I'm not sure if that's going to happen, but I'm really hoping that we can have some In-N-Out today. Okay, anyways, highlight of the day. Let's get started on FFOs. And the first thing that I want to share is my cowl that I finished. So this is, let me see here, Flying Solo by Espace Tricot. And this is originally a fingering weight cowl, but I decided to do it in bulky because sometimes bulky is just so nice and squishy and it just finishes so quickly. It's a nice little break from a large project, I guess. So I did this a few weeks ago. I do love it. I will say that I wish it was a lot shorter because it's chunky, it's not very, what's the word? Drapey. It's not very drapey. So here, let me show you. So when I put it on, first of all, if you're not familiar, it has these side, like slits so that it could fit very comfortably. And then you could put like a jacket over. But this is kind of like a little awkward because it's so bulky, I guess. It can be a little awkward here. Like I don't know how to fix it nicely, I guess. I think it looks fine when I have like a coat on, but when I just have it like this, I feel like it's kind of awkward. So what I've been doing is I kind of fold it down like that. And I kind of like mess with it in this way, but it looks a lot different like that. I don't know, it's very warm. I do love it. I just wish I would have gone a lot shorter, or just done the fingering weight because the fingering weight looks so good. Like the pictures I see, it's just so drapey and like it lays really nice, but because this is chunky, I can't get it to lay exactly how I want it. I still love it. It's still warm. And this is how I've been wearing it with like a coat over it. It was so quick though, because it's chunky. Let me see. The yarn that I used is by Emma's Yarn in the color Orbit. And I love this color so much. I really, really do. I want to make this again in fingering weight, and the original pattern is supposed to be, I think it's like 3 different colors that you marl together in certain sections. I'll leave the link down below if you want to check it out. But overall, I do love it. Okay, and I'm not sure if I showed these last time, at least not fully finished, so I'm going to show them again. These are the socks that I finished for my husband. The pattern is called DK Rib Socks by Simone Byrnes, and this is my hand-dyed yarn, Specktacular Yarns, in the Out of the Blue colorway and the Wicked colorway. I cast on 40 stitches on a US 3 Licca DPNs, and I love the way this came out. My husband loves it. It's very squishy and comfortable and warm, and And as soon as I finished these, I wanted to cast on some for myself, which I will show in a little bit, but I am really happy with this finish, and yeah, he loves them, so that's always a plus. Next are a few things that I don't really have to show, but I will insert some pictures. Last podcast, I shared some socks that my sister asked me to make her. She bought some yarn and she wanted me to make her and her daughter matching socks. So I did, and I finished them, and I will insert a picture here. So for my sister's socks, I use a pattern by Joji Locatelli called Simple Cozy Socks. This pattern is so beautiful. It was so enjoyable, and I just love the easy cables that it had. I will say though that the yarn that I used, the cables kind of got lost, and that was the only downside I would say. I feel like this pattern, you really need a good solid or tonal for it to really shine. But other than that, they fit my sister beautifully and she loved them. So after that, I started my niece's socks, and for her socks, I did a pattern by Tabitha Gandee called Perfect Newborn Socks. And I've made this pattern before multiple times. However, this is the first time that I did a fish lips kiss heel on a baby sock, and it didn't come out exactly how I wanted it. I feel like the heel was a little too pointy. So next time I have to make a modification when I do the fish lips kiss heel, or I'm gonna have to go back to a heel flap and gusset. So we'll see what happens. I really want to try to make the fish lips kiss heel work because I really love it. So we'll see how that goes. But I do love the way the socks came out, and I love when they wear them together. I think it's super cute. Okay, next is the basic hats for everyone. Again, I made 2 of these, and I have one to share somewhere around here. Here it is. So this is a pattern by Purl Soho. And this is what I made. I was making this for my niece, but it came out way too big. I use loops and threads, tweed and brown tweed, and it's just like this beautiful gray color with brown tweed, like brown and black. And I mean, it was really quick and easy and fun, but it's way too big for her. Again, my gauge is just, I didn't gauge swatch, obviously, but my tension is just so loose. It's so annoying sometimes. So anyway, I went ahead and I did another one for her in, let me see here, in like a yellow yarn. And that one was by Lion Brand Basic Stitch Premium in the color Saffron. And I'll insert a picture here. That one fits her really well, and she even has a little bit of room to grow. And for that version, I ended up doing the, what is it called? Like the ear flaps with the I-cord tie. And I did have a little bit of trouble when I was, so basically let me make sure this is a free pattern because I don't want to, it's not a free pattern. So I can't share too much, but I was having trouble attaching or picking up the stitches properly to do the ear flaps. So I ended up, instead of doing garter ear flaps, I just did regular stockinette ear flaps, if that makes sense. So again, I'll leave my project page down below. That was the only thing I really struggled on, but at the end of the day, it looks super cute on her, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. Okay, what's next here? I feel like those are all the finishes that I have, and let's get into some whips because I do have a lot of fun things to share with you guys. First off, I'm just gonna kind of grab bags and just see what happens here. Okay, so this is a pattern by Tincanknits called The World's Simplest Mittens. And I made a pair of these last year and I have them here. Let me show you. So these are the ones I made last year, and I made modifications. I copied Savannah, who, if you don't know Savannah, I will link her down below. You should follow her. But she, instead of doing the actual mitten, she just did ribbing up at the top so that you can fold it down like this. So that's what I did, and I love these, but they're too big, and I love wearing them though. So you can see they're just too big, and they are very cozy. I still wear them, but I feel like I would wear them a lot more if they actually fit properly. But they do keep my hands really warm when I'm outside, especially when I go to the post office, because I carry like the bin and it gets really cold here, and I like to throw these on and hold the box, and then when I get into the post office I can just roll these down and be able to do what I need to do. These are also great for driving, really great for driving. Keeps your hands nice and warm. I will say that my thumb gets cold and a little bit on the tips of my finger, obviously, but this is pretty good. But I do find that my thumb gets really cold. So I was like, you know what? I need to just cast on some new ones, make them smaller, and then make the thumb longer. And then, so that way you can fold that down also, right? So I cast on another pair, and this is where I'm at. So these are definitely gonna fit a lot better. If you could see the difference here. Let me see, where's the thumb gusset? Well, you could still kind of see the size difference here. And I've already tried this one on. It fits ever so snugly, but when it blocks out, it's gonna fit perfect. It should, at least. So let me share with you the yarn that I'm using. Let me see here. So this is by Farmer's Daughter Fibers. And this is a yarn that I got last year or earlier this year in Maryland when I went to visit my sister. And this color is called One Stab. And this is their Juicy DK 100% superwash merino, 274 yards, 100 grams. So it's this beautiful, it's like a rosy color, but it has a lot of brown undertones. It's like a mauve. It's really, really pretty. So this is currently what I've been working on. I love it. I just cast it on. I cast it on like 2 days ago, but it was still too big, so I had to restart it yesterday, I believe. So I did get confused with the beginning of the round because it tells you to place a marker, and I thought that was the new beginning of the round, but it's not. The beginning of the round is still your regular, like the beginning of the round that you started with. And yeah, I confused myself. So I had to frog back a few rows, and I fixed it, and now I'm working the thumb gusset. I just started that this morning. So I'm really, really enjoying this. I want to get to work on this later today, and hopefully I can finish it up by tomorrow and then start the next one. So I'm really looking forward to this. I am using a US 3 in my Licka DPNs. Also, I have a sachet bag with lavender from Savannah. She sells them on her shop. I will link it down below. She gave me this for my birthday, and it is heavenly. Every time I open this bag, I love it so much. Oh my gosh. It really just makes your experience even better. So that's a new start that I'm really excited about. Okay, so my next project are some socks that I cast on. And I'm loving these. I got distracted with other things and I need to get back to them. But this pattern is called Blueberry Waffle Socks. And I am using Emma's yarn in Specktacular DK in the color Orbit. So here it is. I love the pattern. You can see the pattern there. And I already did the fish lips kiss heel. I just have a few more inches to go before I decrease for the toes. So I need to work on this again. And if this yarn looks familiar, it is the same color as the cowl that I talked about earlier. And because they're different bases, you can see that this one has more of a yellow undertone and this one has a little bit more of just like that white base, but same color. I love this color. I actually have another one of their bulky in the Orbit colorway. I love it. I seriously love it. Okay, so I'm loving this. I need to get back to it. I am using the 2 circular method, which is my new favorite method for socks. And I was working on this for Halloween and I have a little skull stitch marker on there, or progress keeper, whatever you want to call it. So loving that. Okay, so this next whip, I think I've shared it before and I've made some pretty good progress, so I'm proud of myself. This is the, let me see here, the Garter Snake Cowl by Lavanya Patricella. And the yarn that I'm using is this beautiful charcoal color. This is my hand-dyed yarn. It's not currently available, but it should be available toward the end of December. And then I'm also using this beautiful speckled yarn by the Lemonade Shop in the color Toxic Hippo. This is their house sock base. So let me show you my progress. So this is my progress so far. So this is brioche and it takes a while, but I do love how it's coming out. You can see it's double-sided and I think it looks really cool. I love it. I really, really love it. I love the process of brioche, but it just takes so long because basically one round is like you knit half the stitches because you're slipping half the stitches and then you have to work it again. So I'm working color A and B in that. I'm working color A around and then B around, and that counts as one round technically. So I am now at the section where the garter is starting. So it looks a little funky. I'm just going with it. It looks kind of weird and I thought I did something wrong, but I triple checked and it's fine. It just is the nature of it, and I'm sure it'll block out. It'll block out. So I don't know if you could get a closer look there. So this is the garter section that's starting, and essentially the garter section is going to start getting bigger and bigger, like a V shape. So as I'm coming around, I'm switching from brioche to garter and it's getting a little bit bigger and bigger on the garter section. So yeah, I'm really excited because it's going a little faster now that there's more garter being added to this. So I love it so much. I was working on this pretty monogamously and then I got distracted like I always do. Okay. So my last new start is this dress called Opal by Sarah Hatton. So when I went to Maryland last time with my sister, we went to a yarn shop to go look around, and I did a vlog when I was there, and I'll link that down below in case you're interested at looking at the yarn shop and kind of getting a behind the scenes. But they had a sample dress there, knit up. It was beautiful. I like the color too. Mm-hmm. What was that other one? Did you like that other one too?
No, this one fits her right now.
So she asked me if I could make it for her daughter, and I was like, of course. I was really excited. I bought the pattern, I downloaded the pattern, and then I was looking at the pattern and I was like, okay, I think this is actually knit flat and mattress seam together at the end. So I was like, okay, crap, but I like to learn new things. So I was like, it'll be fine. I'll figure it out. It shouldn't be too difficult, right? So I thought that this was knit top down. So let me show you what I have. Don't have much. I restarted this twice already. So this seed stitch right here, at first I thought that this was the collar, And then I was like, okay, it doesn't make sense. Like, am I gonna join this eventually or not? So then I learned that no, this is just the back piece. You start with the back, and then later you do the front piece, and then you mattress stitch them together. So then I was like, well, this is way too big just to be for the back collar, right? Like, this is like an adult size. So then I asked Savannah to help me, and if you don't know Savannah, I talk about her all the time. She's a really good friend of mine that lives locally, and I will link her down below. She dyes yarn, and she has a podcast, and she's great. So anyway, I asked Savannah because she's more experienced, and she looked at the pattern for me, and she said that it was knit bottom up. So I was like, okay, that makes more sense because, you know, this is like way too big to be for the top collar. So then I was like, okay, that's fine. I have to knit from the bottom up until I get to the arms, and then I don't really understand how to do that part either, but I figured I will tackle that when I get there, and at least I can start the main dress from the bottom up on both sides and then figure it out as I go. Fine. But I keep on checking my gauge, and it's just way too big. I'm not sure. I feel like this is too big for a baby dress. So I'm going to ask my sister to measure a baby dress that Demi has. And I don't want it to fit her right now, maybe in a few months. So I'm gonna ask her to pull maybe like a 9-month size and just measure the bottom to see if it's even close to what I have. Otherwise, I'm just gonna go down a size and restart it for the 4th time now. So I put this on hold, and I have to talk to my sister and figure out what to do, but I am really determined to make this dress because now it's like a challenge, and I want to do it because I want to learn, I want to push myself, and I absolutely love this color. This is my hand-dyed yarn, Specktacular Yarns. Colorway is to be determined toward the end of December. That's all I could share for now. I absolutely love it. It's like the perfect combination of like an emerald green and teal. It looks different in different lighting, and I absolutely love it. My sister loves it. She chose this color, and I really can't wait to work on this. In fact, after this video, I'm gonna call my sister because I really would like to get this going right away. So yeah, okay, I think those are all the whips / new starts that I have, and now I have a haul that's a lot more than I usually have. So let's get into it. I have like a big stack over here. Let me just say that I went to Maryland, and I'll talk about this more later toward the end of the video, but I went to Maryland to visit my sister, and we went to 2 yarn shops while I was over there. Plus it was my birthday while I was over there, and I might have just treated myself. Plus I like to shop when I'm when I'm in a different state, right? So I have a lot of goodies to share with you guys. Some of them I purchased after the fact, so this is not all from Maryland. Some of them I did buy online, and they shipped to me, and I will share that with you. So where do I start? Okay, first I'm gonna start because I mentioned it was my birthday. I came back home from Maryland, and I met up with Savannah, and she gave me a beautiful gift, and I was super excited, and I'm gonna share the yarn that she gave me. Find it. Okay, so first of all, she gave me this bag. Hold on. I have it right here because I thought it was super cute. I wanted to share it with you guys. She gave me this super cute fortune cookie bag, which I absolutely love. It's super cute and unique. And then the paper that was in here is actually like, it's gift tissue, but it has like news on it, like a newspaper, which is really cool. So she gave me a beautiful card, and the lavender sachet bag that I showed earlier. And then she also gave me this beautiful yarn. So this is by La Jolla Ba, or I think this is the company, and this is a type of yarn maybe. And this is called Borrowed in Blue. And this is a 100% superwash merino. It is a 2-ply. And it is 115 grams. Wow. And 400 yards. Oh, I'm so excited. Look at this. It is beautiful. Like, she knows my colors. Absolutely knows that I'm totally about blues and mints and all this. Is just me. And then she gave me one of her own hand-dyed yarns, which is So Livy Dyes Yarn. I will link it down below. But look at this beautiful color. And it's coming out a little different on the camera. It looks more teal on the camera, but in person, hold on, let me try something. Okay, well, I can't really get it to come out like super true to color, but you can check out her website and she has better pictures on there, but I absolutely love it. So thank you, Savannah, for my birthday gift. Oh, and I went to the yarn store. I met up with her at our local yarn shop, and we were like walking around and shopping, and then I had gone back to my seat and I was talking to her for I don't even know how long until I realized that the gift was right in front of me. I was like, where did this come from? It was great. Good times. Good times. Okay. So let's continue with our haul here. So I'm just going to kind of go through this quickly because I kind of have a lot. So this is by the brand 29 Bridges Studio. This is a dyer in Maryland. So because I was out there visiting, I wanted to get a local dyer yarn. So I got this one as well. They look so good together. This is bulky. So this one is called Berry and this one is called Urban, and they are 106 yards, 100% merino, so it's non-superwash, 100 grams. And I have no idea what I'm going to do with this, but they looked so good together, I had to get both of them. This actually reminds me a lot of my Lambrusco colorway. I love it. I love this color. And then I got this Hedgehog Fibers sock yarn. Okay, I love this so much. And this one is called Libling. And this is their 90% merino wool, 10% nylon. It says machine washable, so I'm pretty sure it's super wash. 100 grams. Yeah, love it. I've kind of been wanting to explore more of like wool type yarns. So I got some, let me see, I don't even know what I got here. Blue Sky Fibers. So I love this color. It's beautiful. This is their, let me see. This is the color Lilac Bloom, and this is 100% fine Highland wool, 50 grams, 123 yards, and it's beautiful. It is such a beautiful color. I love it. And then I also got, it's the same brand in this beautiful blue color, and this one is called October Sky. And this is 150 grams, 370 yards. So I got two of these 50 minis and this one's 150. I kind of want to do something together with these, but I'm not sure what yet. Kind of some color work, like a baby sweater color work maybe. I think that would be really fun because I've been wanting to learn color work. And then I heard that, or I read that wool it shows the best stitch definition for color work. So I'm excited about this. And then, I don't know where to put this. Oh, and I just realized that I have two other new starts that I just forgot to share. I'll go back to that. But I also got, it's also Blue Sky Fibers, but this is worsted cotton. And I don't know why I got cotton, because I just love this color so much. I just had to get it. This is in Jasper, and it is 100 grams, 100% certified organic cotton. And I don't know what I'm gonna do with this yet. I'm not sure. I could make a baby garment also for my niece. Or I could buy more of this in different colors and do different things with it. I don't know. Is a garment that's in cotton comfortable? I feel like for the summer it would be comfortable, right? I don't know. Let me know your experience with that. I loved this color, so. Okay, so then I got this more affordable wool yarn. It is, I don't even know how to pronounce this name, but it's Deruum Natura. And this is the color Ulysses Cypress. And then this other one is Gilead, which I've heard this is really nice. I think it's worsted weight. And I want to get more of this. I regret not getting more because I want to, it's hard to see here. It's like a really beautiful burgundy with black. I would like to make a sweater with this actually. And this is 100% wool in the color Merlot. I can't read most of this, so I think it's in French. But I am visiting my sister again, so I might pick up some more of this exact color. Maybe I need to find a pattern first so I know exactly how much I would need, but I'm really wanting to try this Gilead. And then this one is also 100% wool. This is 50 grams though, and I think this is 100 grams. Oh, I bought this because, hold on, just remembered. I also picked up some Spin Cycle yarn. So this is Spin Cycle, which is in the color Cold Comfort, 200 yards, sport weight, and I loved it with this. So this is a sport weight. And I think they go really well together. I think it really brings out these colors and I don't think it'll get too lost. So I want to do something with color work, but I don't know if I want to do mittens or a beanie. I can't figure it out. I can't decide, so I haven't started anything yet, but these two will become something. I love it together. So that is why I got this sport weight. I'm running out of space. Okay, and then talking about Spin Cycle, I got two more. And this is the same colorway. This is called Dead Reckoning. And I got two of these because I was looking at a lot of patterns, and I think that with two of them, I can get a color work yoke sweater using these. I think two will be enough, hopefully. So I got two of those. Don't have immediate plans for that, but I love this color. It's so pretty. And then I got a few minis, just two of them. This is also Hedgehog Fibers, and this is called Zenith, and this is called Taffy. Super pretty. I loved these colors. I wish they had them in a full skein, but they didn't, so I just grabbed the minis, and I have no idea what I'm gonna do with these. And then I decided to try this kind of like more affordable wool for a sweater. It's so soft and nice, and this is called Shepherd's Wool in worsted in the color Granite, and it was $13.49, which is not bad. Very nice, very soft. It's not rustic at all, and it's beautiful. So I got a sweater quantity, and you can see it right here. And I think I mentioned this is worsted, right? It's worsted, and I know exactly what I'm making with this. I do have plans for this, and what is it called? It's called the Citadel by Joji Locatelli. It is a beautiful cardigan, cabled cardigan. I cannot wait to start that. I have been trying so hard not to start it because I want to start it so bad. I at least want to start gauge swatching, but I told myself no. So I'm trying really hard to finish other projects, but I love this. I can't wait. Okay, a few more things. So these are things that I got here in the mail, okay? First off is this beautiful yarn. It's the Harry Potter Club by Amanda Knits. I will link her down below. This was last month's color and I love it. I love it. If you know me, you know that I'm not a huge fan of greens and browns, but I will say that this green is beautiful. I love like the tonal vibe that it has. Definitely. So love this. And it came with a lot of goodies. And then I had ordered this just randomly because I loved it. It is by Cedar House Yarns, which I've never tried this brand before. It is in their sapling sock, 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, in the colorway Blight. And it is beautiful. I love it. It's so soft. Okay. And then I had gotten this actually from eBay. I like to look there once in a while. You can find some really good yarn that people just don't want anymore. This one had already been caked, but it's brand new. And this is by the Plucky Knitter. This is in their tweed. I think it's bulky. I think it's bulky tweed, 225 yards. Superwash wool, and it's just beautiful. I love this color. I wish it would come out a little bit truer. It's a little bit more lilac in person. It's a little more like saturated in person. I love it. And then Hue Loco had a sale. And I have been eyeing some of their yarns, so I just decided to get some. So I got 5 of them. I got 5 beautiful Hue Loco colors. So these are all merino sock, 80/20 superwash merino nylon blend. And it is, they are all 2-ply. So this is the color Slay. This is Naughty Chair. Folklore. Mum's the Word. I think this is my favorite one. And Beach Glass. So super excited about those. Okay, so one other thing that I got for my birthday was this book that I really wanted. My mom gave it to me. It's called The Colorwork Bible. I'm sure you've heard of this. I will link it down below. And I have been wanting to challenge myself and I want to learn color work. And so on the plane ride back home from Maryland, I started going through this and reading it, and I really got into it. I read a lot of it. I feel like I learned a lot actually within the first few pages, especially about color, like color theory in general. And it is such a good book. It has different chapters and it teaches you, each chapter is a different color work technique. And then within each chapter, there is a practice sample swatch that it has you do. So I'm really excited. My plan is to do each swatch and to actually go through it and try to learn it. So I bought some Wool of the Andes from Knit Picks the other day. I'm waiting for it in the mail. I just got 2 colors just so I can practice and just see how it goes. I don't know. I don't know, but I will share with you my progress, what I'm doing. Make sure to follow me on Instagram because I do share a lot on there, and I'm really excited to start some color work and try. I'm really intimidated with 2-stranded color work because I am not good at holding 2 strands, but I have to learn and I have to start somewhere. So that is very exciting. I highly recommend this book if you're into color work or you want to learn more about color theory in general and how to put different colors together. It has a lot of tips about different colors and I absolutely love it. And then not only that, it has like several patterns of color work, whether it's hat, mittens, they have shawls, they have sweaters. You get all the patterns in here, and they're beautiful. Let me just share like this sweater that I absolutely love. It's called the Spark sweater. Oops. That is beautiful. I love that so much. And then let me share another sweater that I really like in here. It's this one. This one is called, let me see, the Yukon Jacket. It's like a cardigan. You can see. Isn't that beautiful? Love it. So again, highly recommend this if you are wanting to learn color work or you want to learn more about color theory. Okay. Now let me quickly go back and talk about the two new starts that I have that I forgot to share. So move all my yarn out of the way. Oh my goodness. Okay, I mentioned earlier that I had gone to the yarn shop with Savannah about a week or so ago, and we decided to start a project together. It's a scrappy project, and I'm trying to remember what it's called, to be honest. Let me see here. Oh, it's the Northeasterly Blanket by Skeynanigans. I'm sure you've heard of it. So you can either do, I think I talked about this actually. I think I talked about this in my last podcast, and I was talking about how I really wanted to start it. So it is either fingering weight or fingering held double / DK. So you could do DK or fingering held double or just fingering. So I ended up doing, I was so torn. I kept going back and forth, and I decided just to do DK / fingering held double. So I don't have too much, but this is what I have so far. I'm gonna be honest, I keep on thinking maybe I should just restart with fingering. I still can't decide, so I just decided to keep going. Because I have another blanket that I started that's fingering weight, so I was like, maybe this would be good to have a DK version of a blanket, and I kind of get a break from fingering weight. But I don't know, but I am loving the pattern, and I'm just kind of throwing all my scraps in there. I have a bin. Let me see. I have a bin here of some scraps, and I'm just kind of working on this whenever I have time. I have it in the living room, and I really am enjoying it so far. Okay, and then the next thing I started, which I can't show the colors because I am using my Advent, Specktacular Yarns Advent 2020, but I did start the Habitation Throw. And again, I am using my Advent, so I'm trying to do a color a day, and that's not going very well. I was doing good for the first like 3 days, and then I got distracted and I got really, really busy. So I'm going to try to show this, and I'm going to try to edit this in black and white. And if I'm not able to do it, then you won't see this clip. But here's my progress. I'm absolutely loving it. I'm doing it in the order of the Advent. So this is day 1, 2, 3, and I'm working on day 4, and it's definitely taking longer, you know, the wider it gets. And I'm absolutely loving the pattern. It's very easy, and it's just so mindless, and I've been really enjoying knitting on it while watching TV and stuff like that. So I love it. I love it so much, and I want to keep working on it, and I'm so excited that I kept an Advent for myself, and that I get to enjoy it and have a finished blanket afterwards with all my Advent colors. So I'm super, super happy about it. Okay, so I think that's it for finished objects and whips and haul. So I'm going to talk a little bit about what else I've been working on besides knitting. Okay, I haven't done too much. I have been sewing a little bit. I made some stuff for a baby shower, and I can't share it right now, but I will share that next time, and I'll insert a photo later in another podcast. So I've been busy with that. And then I also started a quilt that I don't have much progress. I cut everything out and I kind of laid everything out. And I'll show you the fabric that I'm using. So it's just a quick Christmas quilt, and you just use 5-inch squares. And I'm hoping next time I could show you an actual, like, at least a quilt top. I really wanted to get this done, but I'm leaving town soon, so I don't think I'm not going to be able to get it done. If I could remember the name of this fabric, I'll link it down below, but I've had it for years now, and it is beautiful. I got a fat quarter bundle, and I've had it forever, and I just didn't know what to do with it, so I finally decided to make something with it, and I wanted something kind of quick and easy, and I'm loving it so far. I am loving it. Okay, next thing that I kind of dabbled into. This is the first time that I did punch needle, okay? So this is kind of what I have. Yeah, I've been wanting to try punch needle. This is the back of it. Definitely not perfect. I actually have to go back and fill all this in with white so that I can cut this out, and I'm gonna make like a little Christmas pillow out of it. I kind of wanted to use this side at first and kind of hang it up, but I'm not a fan of, like, I didn't do a really good job. And this side is more forgiving. So I'm going to use this side and make like a cute little like Christmas pillow. And let me see here. So I don't have like all my, I don't have all the things with me because I left everything at my sister's house because she started to do a punch needle and she didn't finish by the time I left. So I told her it's fine, I'll be back in a few weeks anyway. That way she has time to finish it up, and then I'll get it when I get back over there. But I will share where I got my stuff from. This is from Woolery is the name of the place. And I ended up getting a Oxford punch needle in the size number 10, and I think it's the fine size. And if you're familiar with needle punch, you will probably know what I'm talking about. When I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do, I realized that there's like two types of needle punching, I guess. This is more like what do they call it? It's been a few weeks already. Rug hooking. And so people who do rug hooking tend to use the Oxford needles more. But then there's also like needle punching, like embroidery, and that's just a lot smaller. And there is there's like the ultra punch, it's called, and that is for like actual, you use embroidery thread like DMC. And I couldn't figure out for the longest time if I wanted to do needle punch embroidery like with the other needle, or if I wanted to do like rug hooking embroidery, or not embroidery, just like rug hooking with the Oxford punch. So I got really confused, and I was trying to do a lot of research before I decided what I wanted to do. So this is kind of what I decided to go with, and I really did enjoy it. I got the, I don't have it with me, but it's the hoop. This is the Morgan 9-inch no-slip hoop. And then I got monk's cloth, which is the fabric that is used for this. And if I were to have done the embroidery type needle punch, then you need a different type of fabric and a different needle, like I said, and you use embroidery floss instead of yarn. So this, I used yarn. So I just got some very affordable yarn just to practice with. And yeah, it was pretty fun. I really wanted to learn, and I think it's something that I will do from time to time, and I really enjoyed it. So I'm excited to have bought all that, and I'll link all that down below in case you're interested in where I purchased it or learning more about the different types of embroidery day. Next, really quick, I wanted to talk a little bit of shop news. So I have like yarn all over me. So Advents went out. I'm so happy that the Advents shipped out. I shipped everything at the end of October, right before I left to Maryland. Actually, I wanted to ship everything out because I did have a few international orders, and I wanted to make sure that it arrived in plenty of time. So I went ahead, I shipped everything out. People have been sharing their progress because they received them so early. Some people have already started to open theirs, which is really great. They just put, you know, on Instagram, they'll put like a first picture, kind of like spoiler alert, so that, you know, the other people who have not opened theirs, you know, they don't get spoiled if they don't want to. But I'm seeing some amazing projects, and I love seeing everything. I can't wait for December for everybody else to open their yarn and to see the color and to actually be able to share the colors and to share my habitation throw. I can't wait. So thank you to everybody who bought an Advent. I'm super excited. And I do have a lot of yarn that I dyed up in Christmas colorway, in the Advent colorways. And I've explained this before, but before dyeing all the minis, I dyed regular batches of fingering weight, 75-25 4-ply, as well as 80-20 2-ply. And I dyed those up first. And I have a lot of yarn left. A lot of yarn overall, but a few of each color, if that makes sense. And I'm hoping to put those up at the end of December. Once all the spoilers are out and everything's good to go. If you got an Advent, or even if you didn't, and you see a color that you absolutely love, I will most likely have a few skeins at the end of the year. And then most of them will not be permanent colorways. So that will be your only opportunity. And after that, there are a few colorways that will become permanent. So I'm super excited about that. Thank you again to everybody who purchased an Advent or has supported me in any way. Even if you favorite something, I love the interaction on Instagram. I think that's it. I just have a little bit of chatter if you guys want to stick around. I just have a little bit of like random life things to talk about. First of all, I'm not going to get too into it because it is very like controversial, but I'm just happy that the election is over. I was so stressed. I couldn't sleep that night. And then for it to have dragged on so long, and it's still like lingering, but we already kind of know the results, right? I'm just so happy that that is done and over with, and we can move forward. And that's all I'm going to say about that. So what else? I had talked about going to Maryland. I was over there at my sister's house for Halloween and my birthday. So that was really nice to be over there, to be with my niece and my sister and my brother-in-law. I had a really good time, and it was really nice. For my birthday, they gave me gifts. Oh, I didn't show those. Hold on. For my birthday, my sister gave me this bag. It says Knit Happens, and it is by the Wuthering Sheep, and I will link that down below. This is the sock size, and it has a center pocket, and it even has these like thread guides that I love. So she got me that for my birthday, and then I got a Nothing Bundt cake, which was delicious. I love Nothing Bundt cakes. So that was really good. And for Halloween, it was super cute. My sister dressed up as Belle. She loves Beauty and the Beast, first of all. And then my brother-in-law dressed up as the Beast. And then my niece dressed up as like little Princess Belle. And it was the best thing ever. I'll insert a picture here. But it was so nice. I took pictures. You know, there wasn't a lot of kids. There wasn't trick-or-treating going on, but we did kind of set up a little area outside, and we left bags. We packaged all the candy in separate little bags, and we even put some that said like no nuts for people who have allergies, and we set everything outside, and people did come and pick some up, but there are still a lot of leftovers, which is fine. It's to be expected. But it was a really nice day overall. I had a lot of fun. And then for my birthday, I had a good time, like I said. And then after my birthday was November 2nd, by the way. So it was a few days after Halloween. And then the day after my birthday, we ended up going to the yarn shop that I got a lot of that yarn from. So it's just kind of a treat to myself, and it was a really, really nice time. This Sunday, the 22nd? Today's Friday? Yeah, so this Sunday, the 22nd, my husband and I are flying to Maryland, again, back with my sister, and we're gonna spend the week there with them for Thanksgiving, and I'm really, really excited to just get away and take a break from everything. I put my decal shop on vacation yesterday so that I can get the rest of the orders done after I film this video. And then that reminds me, I have to put a note on the yarn site. So if you order anything tomorrow or after that, it won't ship until I get back. And I'll have a date up there, and I'll have all that information. I'll send out an email and all that good stuff if you follow, if you're subscribed to our newsletter. So you could also subscribe down below. I'll leave a link if you're interested. Besides that, what else has been going on? My husband has been working late, but we still managed to watch a little bit of TV here and there. We were watching Lucifer. It's such a good show. We're caught up though, and I'm really sad because I miss Lucifer. It's such a good show. What else? I've been watching This Is Us. I'm already caught up. We're caught up with Grey's Anatomy, The Voice, The Bachelorette, all of that. That's what we have been watching. And I'm out of things to watch. Oh no, we've been watching is it called The Queen's Gambit? I believe it's called. We've been watching that, and it's really good so far. We're only in a few episodes, but it is really good. And my husband and I have both downloaded a chess game because now I just want to play chess. So I highly recommend that show if you haven't watched it yet, or if you haven't heard of it. So far, it's really good. So, okay, let me look at my notes. Oh, yes. For my birthday, I forgot. How did I forget to share this? My birthday was the 2nd, November 2nd. I returned November 5th, I believe. And my husband picked me up from the airport. He surprised me with beautiful roses. And then we went to go eat. We went out to dinner. And then what did we do after that? I think that's it. And then we came home, and I was getting ready for bed. I was, tired from flying, and I was putting away or unpacking some of my stuff. And then he told me to go into the guest room for something, and I was so confused. He surprised me with a brand new iMac. So far, I love it. I absolutely love it, and I'm really, really happy. I am really, really happy. So if you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen that I took a picture of the iMac and my dog in the background because she loves to be in the spotlight. Everything else in here. I guess the last thing would be I organized my room a little bit. It was driving me crazy. So this is where I sew. I have like my sewing machine, my serger. I have all my yarn, my knitting stuff. I have books in here. This is like my craft room, right? And it was just out of control. I feel like every few months I have to kind of fix things up because it gets a little out of hand because I accumulate more, and then I get lazy to put stuff away, and then eventually it's cluttered and I have to fix everything. And I didn't even remember what whips I had anymore. So I just decided to organize everything. I took out all my knitting whips. I ended up frogging some of them. And I updated my Ravelry, and I would put on there like frogged it because I haven't worked on it. I'm no longer interested. My tension is different now than when I started. I just went through everything, and I really kept the ones that I really, really love and that I really want to work on. And it took me a while because I sat on the floor with all my projects, and I took each project out, and I even worked like a row and try to remember the pattern and what it's like, and I had the best time doing it though. I don't know, if you're wanting to organize your whips and stuff, just take a weekend and just sit down on the floor and go through all of them, because it was so not only enjoyable, but I felt so like relieved after to know exactly what I have to work on. And it was kind of like a fresh start. I even got all my scraps and I organized them in certain bins, and maybe I could do a video on all my whips, like a whip parade. If you guys would be interested, let me know, because I think that would be really fun. I could even do like a stash video on like my scraps and then my yarns that I have back here. Let me know if you'd be interested in any of that, because I think that that would be really, really fun. But besides that, I think that is all I have to share. I feel like I'm missing something because I had so many things, and this is also why I don't like to podcast like so long of like intervals, because it's just more work, and then I don't know what to talk about because I'm so overwhelmed with all the beautiful things that I want to share with you guys. But yeah, I think that's all I have to share. Thank you guys. If you're still here and like listening to me and you've made it this far, I really appreciate it. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will talk to you guys very, very soon. Bye guys.